Happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. This is 12 Gauge. I'd like to start by saying that I hope you guys are having an awesome day and enjoy the content in which I'm about to present to you. Um, I've been thinking about doing this live, or not live, but just upload video for a while. And I finally have a little bit of time, so I thought I'd get on it. Um, This is kind of going into the self help, self care portion of my videos. This has nothing to do with true crime. This has nothing to do with um, serial killers or anything like that. This has to do with self help and inner work. Um, if you like my videos, hit like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Um, The title of our video today is called The Missing Pieces of Dysfunctional Upbringing. Well, I've been talking a lot about missing pieces, and if you don't realize, a lot of individuals, and I'm talking about a lot, have missing pieces when they grow up. I'm going to go through this workbook, and it is by Adriana Sessi. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm going to go through enough of it to explain to you what inner child work is. So let me pull this up and then we'll get right on it. Okay, it says healing the inner child. The inner child, who were you before the world wounded you? I hope y'all can see that okay. We were vulnerable, we were authentic, we were creative, we were playful, we were carefree, we were innocent, we were joyful, we were hopeful, open minded, curious, expressive, and free. Consider this: the real you is still a little child who never grew up. Sometimes that little child comes out when you're having fun or playing, when you feel happy, when you're painting or writing poetry or playing the piano or expressing yourself in some way. These are the happiest moments of your life when the real you comes out, when you don't care about the past and you don't worry about the future. You're childlike. Miguel Angel Reese. So let's talk about inner child work. This little one deserves love, affection, validation, and safety. As children, many of us experience pain, neglect, or trauma. And before you jump on that defensive side and say, well, I was great growing up, we all experience trauma of some sort. If it's not by our immediate family, it's by some school teacher, some coach, some event, something. We experience some kind of trauma. But if we don't know how to deal with the trauma, that's when the inner child stuff starts to take form. This could be in the form of an abusive, absent, or preoccupied parent, an overly critical parent or teacher, bullies, difficult life transitions, or otherwise not having our basic needs met. Everyone had wounds from the early years of life, both big and small, that impact how you move forward. The pain that comes from this early on wounding stayed with us well into adulthood, impacting our relationships with ourselves and others. Our childhood needs to be loved, accepted, safe, validated, and affirmed. If left unmet, present in our adult lives or our adult selves in ways that we sabotage our successes and keep us feeling small and unworthy. Inner child work provides an opportunity to reparent yourself, reopen our heart to self love, and create safety and compassion in our inner worlds. This allows us to integrate our wounds as adults so they no longer rule our lives. Let me talk to you a little bit about the wounded inner child versus the integrated adult. The wounded inner child that grows up to be an adult, they self sabotage and destruction, addiction, distraction, procrastination. They feel broken, they're unworthy, bad, unlovable, people pleasing, fear of abandonment or rejection. They have low self esteem and a lack of self love. They don't know how to care for themselves. They lack boundaries. The integrated adult, the one who doesn't have a damaged inner child, they're self loving with regular self care practices. They set boundaries with others. They know when to say no. They express emotions and needs in an empowered, honest, and assertive way. They honor your truth. They're compassionate to their own inner child. So look at the differences in these two individuals. And I will get into that later on as we go on in this video. It says, why focus on healing the inner child? Emotional well being. When the inner child is wounded, our emotions are reactive, impulsive, and out of control. Building a loving relationship to our inner child allows us to be aware of our emotions, express them in a healthy way, and meet our emotional needs. Living your purpose. Perfectionism and overachieving are common traits of a wounded inner child. We fear expressing our creative side for worries of not being good enough. Releasing inner child wounds makes space for us to pursue our passions and our purpose freely. So here's some tools to heal your inner child. If you've identified with anything that I've said, and by no means can you really diagnose yourself if you have these traits and they're very problematic in your life and you have continual self sabotage, you have addictions, you have no boundaries, you're impulsive, you break the law, you're in and out of jail, this, that, and the other, then you might get with a therapist and discuss these things because you might need to go back in time and pick up the little one and reconnect and say everything's going to be all right. We need to heal to become the stable emotional adult. Do your favorite childhood activity. Did you love to paint or swing on a swing set, ride your bike or climb trees? Well, granted, some of us are up in age, so we can't really climb trees or ride a bike maybe, but you can do things that you enjoyed as a child. Drawing, painting, arts and crafts of some sort. Make space to do these activities to get in touch with your inner child. Give yourself permission to let your inner child free. Have you ever ran your hand through sand? I'm talking about fine sand that you get at the beach. And you just sit there and you run your hand through it. After a while, that sand is going to calm your anxiety. It's going to calm your nerves. It's going to calm your racing thoughts. It's going to calm a lot of things. So you might get you a little plate with some sand and maybe a little rake and sit there and play with that when you're not feeling so great about yourself. Because this is about healing. This is not about looking like you're strong all the time. Because to be honest, we are not strong all the time. We just fake it and we build up and we build up and we build up and then we explode. You write a letter. I know many people don't write letters very much anymore, but to write a letter can be a powerful tool from the subconscious mind and hidden truths. You know, part of my inner child healing when I was going through therapy, I started a journal. And every day I would just I had an online journal, I still have it. I'd get on there and I'd just type away. I'd type away, listening to a song over and over and over that kind of reflected that mood I was in until I was calm. Sometimes I wrote two, three, four entries in a row all day long. But over time, I learned that I could calm myself down rather than reacting. Practice boundaries. Boundaries create safety in relationships. When we practice making boundaries, we tell part of ourselves that desire this boundary, that these needs are important. Say no when you mean no. That's setting a boundary. If you can't help somebody today, it's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilted into it. It's okay to say no. The last one says, feel your feelings. Allowing yourself to be present through your emotion sends a message to your heart that you're valid and important. When you allow yourself to sit through emotions, these emotions can find healing and release. You use self-care, journaling, creative expression, and meditation to practice feelings. Sometimes if you're just sitting at a desk, you can close your eyes. You see me take a deep breath in and just exhale it. And you can do that until you calm down, because most of the time, the reason we have anxiety and stress is because we hold our breath all day long. We hold our breath, and that leads to headaches and all kinds of unhealthy things. High blood pressure, feeling fatigued. The next one says self care. Be your own parent. Having a self care routine is crucial for all aspects of your health, and it's particularly important if any of our needs were not met as children. Acting as a compassionate, nurturing parent, focus on meeting your own needs, emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. Self care can be basic as cooking yourself nourishing food or letting your body move in a way that feels good. It can be luxurious as a spa day, a vacation. The key here is intention. The intention to make time in your day, every day, to give love and attention to you. One of the toxic traits of inner child is people pleasing. So we're so busy pleasing everybody that we put ourselves on the back burner, and we don't help ourselves recharge. We don't be kind to ourselves. We just plop down in front of a TV with whatever beverage we desire, and we zone out until we go to sleep and do it all over again. Choose a few simple activities that feel good: hobbies, relaxation, practices, movement, or little movements of simple pleasure work great. Build this into your daily routine as self love practice. Okay, well, these are some journal um, examples. There's forgiveness. You could start the journal with, I choose to forgive myself for, and then write on that. I release any lasting guilt or shame about this or that and the other. My inner child needs blank, blank, blank. I commit to meeting the needs of my inner child by doing these things. Fears. My inner child is afraid of this. The fear shows up in my adult life as this. The things that make my inner child feel safe are this. The type of love my inner child deserves is this. The things I love about myself are this. I'm proud of myself for this. And if you want to go and check this book out, it's adrianasessi.com, and you can get the PDF, and it's 12 pages long. You can do some self-talk. You can write these down on a post-it note, post them everywhere that you look. Here's some loving affirmations, and then we're going to move on from this. I love myself and my inner child. I am lovable exactly as I am. I am safe. I forgive myself for mistakes. The past does not define me. My feelings and experiences are valid. I am whole, complete, and worthy. I'm doing a beautiful job healing myself. I am here to take care of my inner child. I am allowed to say no, to establish boundaries, and to express my truth. And there's Adriana. Give a shout out to her. So we'll stop sharing that page for a minute. Okay, getting back to what I was saying, you know, when it comes to your inner child, the missing pieces are those pieces that were never given to you, whether it be learning to trust, whether it be having somebody in your life that validated your thoughts and your feelings, that gave you compassion, that gave you the ability to be creative, that didn't look at you as just a burden. The missing pieces that we have in our lives as children oftentimes reenact themselves as adults. And since we've been living with these missing pieces for so long, the pieces that we usually put in that place instead of healing, we put drugs, we put alcohol, we put promiscuity, we put gambling, we put eating, we put working, making money, chasing other people's dreams. You know, there's people on this planet right now that chase other people's dreams because to them that feels like it gives them purpose. But once they get it wasn't their dream to begin with, so they don't know what to do with it. So they sabotage it. These individuals that have those missing pieces, they take 2 steps forward and 10 steps back because it's easier to go somewhere you've already gone. So you go 2 steps forward, you've already accomplished this. 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward, you get the concept. You know, not everybody is broken. Not everybody has inner child stuff. But the people that do, you can pretty much tell who they are. They're the people that are very introverted, non-trusting. They're people that have poor boundaries. They attach themselves very quickly in relationships. They jump from relationship to relationship. They can't be alone. Um, they at times put others' needs in front of their own. And oftentimes when these needs are met, they build somebody up to leave them, not to be equal to them. Did you hear what I just said? They build people up to leave them. What do you think that means? It means that you get with a broken person, you want to fix them because you can't fix yourself. It gives you an opportunity to put yourself helping somebody else. And basically, you build them up. They come into your home. They don't have a car. They don't have a job. They don't have anything. You build them up. You support them. You get them a job. You help them get a job. You help them get a car. You help them, get on their feet, learn how to pay the bills, this, that, and the other. And then one day you find out they've been cheating on you. Because think about this concept. Most women do not understand this concept. Men don't either, but most women don't. If you put yourself in a motherly role where you're treating your significant other like a son, that's unnatural to be attracted to your mother. Maybe not in Arkansas. I'm just kidding. Just had to throw that out there. But it's unnatural to be attracted to your mother. So therefore, the more that this individual turns into that mother figure, want to tell you what to do, how to do it, when are you coming home, all this stuff, she's no longer your object of affection, she's your mom figure. So you start pushing away because that's natural. That is natural. And the same thing for males, you know. If you get with an older guy, you have daddy issues or whatever, and you get with an older guy or something, and he starts directing your life and trying to help you get yourself together. And then it just turns weird because they're just representing a father figure rather than a love interest. So they're building you up to leave them where they play the victim. You know, it's a very interesting dynamic. Many people don't believe in it, they don't understand it, but ask yourself, how come I keep getting with the same type people? How come all the people I've been with either left me or I left them? What's wrong with me? Have you ever asked yourself that question? What's wrong with me? Maybe it's not so much you, but it's what you do. You know, sometimes it's best to heal before you get into something that's very serious. The missing pieces, the inner child stuff. So you get two broken inner childs trying to hold each other up with the glue of drugs, alcohol, criminal behavior, or just promiscuity. Eventually it's going to crumble because one person is going to be insecure. They're, they're going to think the attachment's not there. You're cheating on me, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on me. The other person's going to be like, no, I'm not cheating on you, but since you're always asking if I am, I'm going to go cheat on you. And you ask yourself, I'm sorry, I've had a tooth issue. That's why sometimes when I'm talking weird out the side of my mouth. Anyways, whenever you ask these individuals, hey, what keeps you from finding somebody healthy for yourself? They don't know anything else. They've seen it growing up. They've seen it when they started dating, and to them, that is normal. You could take somebody out of the hood and place them in a finished product. And before 2 weeks is over, they'll turn that finished product into the hood because that is what they're used to. And I'm not judging anybody that's ever been in the hood because, I've been in the hood, I've lived in the hood. But what I'm saying is, you answer to what you're called. And if you don't learn to change your name and continue to grow, you'll constantly answer to the same thoughts, patterns, and behaviors. Missing pieces. Missing pieces. So think about how your kids interact with you, how you interact with your children. Most parents, they're loving, giving, guiding until the child can walk. These are the damaged parents right here. Once that child can walk and talk a little bit, they take their hands off of it. Okay, he'll be able to tell me what he wants. I'll be able to see him. He's walking. But the other type of parent's going to leave them have some independence, but they're still going to be there to teach. Because you can never teach your children enough. Even when they think they know it all, you can't teach them enough. Heck, you can't teach adults enough. We never quit learning until we decide that we don't want to learn anymore. That's why I got into this field to help people, but I quickly realized that I was pushing more than they were willing to get a lot of times. So I had to back off. I'm still as passionate. I just don't have the ability to waste a lot of time on people that show me who they are, because people show you who they are. They show you every day who they are, whether it be non-verbally, whether it be verbally, whether it be by their inconsistencies, whether it be by their lying, whether it be by their backstabbing, whatever it is, people show you who they are. And I told this kid, I said, and I'm going to tell you some of you adults this too, because you need to hear this. Quit validating and making somebody a good person that isn't. You ever have a child and they're like, hey, can I go play with Tommy? Well, I really don't like Tommy because Tommy's this, that, and the other. Yeah, but he's doing better. He's good in school. He's going to school. He's not getting in trouble. Your kid goes off, plays with Tommy, gets in trouble, then comes home and he said, well, I told you that's who Tommy was. Well, yeah, I thought he was different too. No, you didn't think. You knew. You knew Tommy was that way because that's why you wanted to go play with Tommy, because you wanted to connect with Tommy on that level. Quit co-signing for people that are not healthy for you. Quit making excuses for them. Oh, they're good parents, but they only see their kid twice a month. They're good providers because they work every day, but you never see them providing in other areas. One thing about me is I'm blunt and I'm honest, and a lot of people can't take that. They can't take it because they feel attacked. But I'm not calling people out by name. I'm just very generalizing all that I'm saying. So if it fits, hey, take a look at it, man. Because if it's causing problems in your life and you're the one that's at your wits' end and you're stressed out and you're mad all the time and you just don't know what to do with yourself, well, take a look at your life, bro. Take a look at your life. What do you allow? What do you answer to? How do you teach people to treat you? If you treat them to treat you like a victim, then they're always going to treat you like a victim. One day you can't be powerful and empowered. They're not going to take you serious. Be like, he just playing. That ain't who he is. Or vice versa. It's a very fine line between love and hate. And sometimes the person you need to love the most is right here. Because once you start hating this guy, he starts hating everything in his path. He starts destroying everything in his path. I gave you some examples a while ago on how to self-heal, but there's more to it than that. I'll be placing some more videos along the way with this self-help series. But I want you to know that things do change, but it doesn't change overnight. You have to give it time. You must be open-minded that your way is not the only way, especially if your way continues to be the way that harms you. How can you say that but you keep getting electrocuted by that same outlet that people are telling you to quit sticking something in? Yeah, I know. But then next time we see you, you're electrocuted. Doesn't work that way. I mean, honesty is the biggest one. You got to get honest with what you see in that mirror. It's okay to say, I don't like that person. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. He's angry all the time. He's this. We'll fix it. Find a way to find peace. We only get this once. And how long have you wasted doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result? I mean, I can tell you can't fix yourself. No matter how many self-help books you read, this, that, and the other, you got to go seek somebody else to lead you and guide you. Because they'll go and take you places that you didn't even really remember existed, those missing pieces, they'll be able to show those to you and say, okay, let's fill those up. Let's fill those up so that you can move on. Let me tell you what a inner child tantrum is. You know, whenever you get angry and you start to yell at people and you throw things and you're screaming and yelling, 245-pound person just yelling and slamming themselves on the ground. That inner child is in them. It's restless, irritable, and discontent. They don't know how to stop the aggression that's going on, so they're lashing out at everybody else. It's your fault. It's your fault I'm like this. You're the cause. But let me tell you something. That inner child, let's say that inner child is 15, 15 years old. So if you had a picture of yourself at 15, that innocent person that we talked about in that workbook earlier, would you give that person some alcohol and say, shut up, deal with it like this? Would you give it a blunt? Say, hey, shut up, deal with it like this. Would you give it some Coke? 15-year-old you, would you say, go have some sex, go overeat, go sleep it away? Hopefully you wouldn't. Hopefully you'd want something done. I'll leave you with that today. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button if you really liked it. Focus on the message, not the messenger. Have a great evening.